done quite a few segments leading up to Evolution. I feel like we talked about Evolution more than WWE talked about Evolution. That was actually one of my posts during the course of the show because I kept saying to myself, man, imagine if they would have actually promoted this. How many more people, how many more seats would have been full, how many more buy rates we could have gotten out of this pay-per-view. But before we get into Evolution, which was going to be the bulk of this conversation, we do need to talk about one thing that happened in Saturday Night Main Event. Not much did happen of any value, but this was. And I know people are going to say, yes, Goldberg retired. No, fuck all that. Goldberg's been retired. He didn't just retire on Saturday. He hasn't wrestled a full schedule in fucking a decade and a half. 2 decades almost. What was that, 05? No, 03 is when he had his run. He's been retired for 20 years. I've never seen anyone retire for 20 years and then have a retirement match. It doesn't correlate. So that's not the story. Although that match was affected by the real story. And the story being Seth Rollins. It happened again. The injury bug has bit this bitch on the ass yet again. That goddamn knee did it again. That goddamn knee is out again. Now, you and I sung this man's praises when he took his knee out and he took his back out and still managed to get to WrestleMania and play a tremendous part in both nights. We referred to him as the MVP of that specific WrestleMania. He gets through the tag match. He gets through the singles match with Drew. He's able to put the Shield gear on at the end of the pay-per-view to get Cody the big win. He was the MVP. Seth Rollins coming through, sucking it up, and being the boss that he is. We have another injury now, and while I'll give him credit for having the balls to get up, change the finish, give this guy a win, straight up BFT, he didn't want the match to be called off like some pussy shit. He's, no, I might as well just take the L. He gets beat. Imagine blowing your knee out and then stand up to take a front bump. Yikes. I'm good. But he's more man than most. Took the bump, and now he's down, and he's out. So, why is that big news? Well, for those of you who watched the rest of that show, Seth Rollins' knee injury happened about an hour and 20 minutes into the show. We had 40 minutes of show left. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with Goldberg's resume. Goldberg don't do no goddamn 40 minutes. That's not what Goldberg do, baby. That's not what old Billy Boy gets down with. So they tried to buy some time. Super fight style, commercials, advertisements. Who's going to win? Get all the hubbub. Extra long entrances. Take your time going down the aisle. And they had Goldberg and Gunther went out there. Classic wrestling match. Goldberg literally went out there on one leg. During his entrance, he's limping. I said, this match doesn't even need to happen, bro. Seriously. Doesn't even need to happen. But it did. And Gunther pulled a Houdini and got something out of it. It wasn't a complete wash, but it was what it was. Now, there's a lot of people online with the scuttlebutt saying that Seth's injury changed the finish of that Goldberg-Gunther matchup. There was a lot of talk and a lot of conversation that Goldberg was going to win that title, followed by an immediate cash-in by Seth. That would have put the belt back on Seth and cleared the path for a Seth Rollins CM Punk world title match for SummerSlam. So obviously this knee injury fucked the whole thing up. They decided not to put the belt on Goldberg, keep it on Gunther. Goldberg gets a decent match, but he gets beat. And then Goldberg goes to SummerSlam, and they found a way last night on Raw to get him a number one contender, which still is CM Punk. So we're going to be getting CM Punk and Gunther at SummerSlam. Now, they also wanted to address the fact on Monday that Seth is the Money in the Bank holder, And he has until June of next year to use said Money in the Bank contract. So he does have time if, and this is the question we have to now answer, if he comes back at all. Because now the big question is this it? Was that it? Because we've been making jokes on the show for years that he's got bad knees, he's got the bad back. This is the second time now, same leg, and he's getting surgery.
Unironically, one of the videos you sent me, they were working that knee.
Yep. Yep.
What year was that, by the way?
That was, let me take a quick look at the... I sent you a Seth Rollins? I did.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see... Oh, yeah. Hold on. I'm trying to see now. I'm trying to remind myself of it, of what it was that I sent you.
It was...
Was that a text or...
No, it was in the breakdown. It was one of your SummerSlam matches.
Oh, yes.
That's the irony. You're ruining the irony
of the Finn Balor Seth Rollins situation.
Yes.
Yeah, that was when when Balor took the buckle bomb into the fucking barricade and Finn's whole shoulder came out.
Yep, he took that bump like a McAsshole. We'll get there.
Yes, he did. He admits to that. It was his fuck up, but give the man credit. He still wrestled 20 more minutes with that bad fucking shoulder.
He did.
So he's a man's man as well. But we're talking the possibility now. And when I say we, I'm really just saying me. Because in all honesty, this has to be a either career-ending or definitely a career-shortening surgery. He's out of SummerSlam, regardless of how this surgery goes. That's a done deal. He's probably going to be out of Survivor Series, and you and I and my wife all had the conversation after WrestleMania 40 when I think it was you. I can go back to the show, but I think it was you who was like, all right, he did everything he was supposed to do at WrestleMania and was like, okay, vacation time. I'll see you.
I was just about to say, he came back way. They all did.
Yeah. No, but we said
they should be coming back now.
Yeah. We said it. We said it when he came back. We said, "Oh, this is way too soon." I don't even know the severity of the injury, but this is way too soon. There's no fucking way. And I'm not saying that we were right, and I'm not saying that we were wrong, but this doesn't help the case because it's down. It's down and out again, and as many times as his legs have been injured. His back is worse than his fucking legs. They were bringing up Seth Rollins' wrestling record, not his wins-loss, but how many matches that he's had throughout the course of the last few years. During his peak on top, he's wrestling over 200 matches a year, and the last 2 years, he's only had like 13 matches for the whole year. So he's already on a part-time schedule, and yet still... It wasn't enough to protect the leg. So we're going to talk about SummerSlam in a little bit, some of my memories, but we're also going to have a nice little announcement toward the end of the show. And when I do that, this Seth Rollins thing affects everything. And I feel like even if he does come back, even if it's 100%, should we even be wrapping him around the main events anymore? Because look at what's happening now. Now we have to reshuffle everything, and the person who's probably going to be eating a lot of this, unfortunately, Jey Uso's going to have to take a hit now because it was supposed to be Punk in that spot. So Punk's got his spot, but Gunther, who made out of this like a bandit, he's the champion again. Great. Now we have to have the conversation. Was the idea for Seth and Punk to happen and Seth retain? Was it to give Punk the belt? Do we give the belt from Gunther to Punk now? There's a lot of conversation that has to take place. We won't do it now, but it's just all up in the air at this moment. So that's the Seth Rollins situation with the leg. He was supposed to he injured it on Saturday. They wanted him to go get the surgery or at least be seen by the doctor. They're in Atlanta, Georgia for the pay-per-view. Their doctor is in I believe it's in Alabama, if not Georgia, one of those states. So he was already close by. He refused to leave Atlanta because he wanted to watch his wife perform on Sunday, which we're going to talk about in a second, and then go get the surgery. So as of Monday, he's been seen by the doctors, and I guess we'll get more of an injury update, and we'll talk about it on the show when we have a much clearer vision of what's going to happen with Seth Rollins.